Wow, it's time for another show full of tips and ideas from the sales growth leadership expert, Dean Akers. Known for his experience in hyper-growing companies and creating cultures for high-performance teams, here's Dean.
Well, welcome to your Sales and Leadership Ninja Show. I'm your head ninja, Dean Akers, and every week I bring you a rant to stimulate your thinking in either the realm of sales and or leadership. Today's show is Don't Be a Star Salesperson. So you're probably saying to yourself, why wouldn't I want to be a star salesperson? You probably, even when you read the title, when you were looking at it before you clicked on today, you were going, where in the world is this crazy guy taking me now on Don't Be a Star Salesperson? So obviously everybody wants to be a star salesperson or a superstar salesperson. Years ago, though, I found that the real star salespeople were not star salespeople. That's right. The real superstar salespeople weren't star salespeople. Now, you're probably sitting there going, what in the world are you talking about? The real star salespeople aren't star salespeople. I'm going to explain. So what is the definition of a non-functional star salesperson? And this applies mostly to outside salespeople. I'm not going to do it in today's show, but it also applies to people that are reaching out via the phone. And there's a whole nother concept that works with this as far as areas you're calling and how you're calling and data you're getting and stuff like that. But we're not going to go there today. So this is going to apply to those that are listening, or if you're in sales management and you have outside salespeople that work outside or face-to-face clients. So let's start with a little explanation that'll kind of give you the visualization of what a star salesperson is in this definition. So when you were a little kid, most all of us, our parents would pull out a white sheet of paper, and I say a white sheet, a plain sheet of paper, and they would teach us how to draw our star, our first star. And the way they would do it is you would put your pen down and you would go up and down, much like you're getting ready to make an A, across the first line, horizontally back across the second line, and the back and tie it in to the where you started. And when you got done doing that, you would smile, your parents would smile, and you had just drawn a star. So how many of you listening now have actually done that? My bet is all of you. All of you have done a star drawing somewhere when you were young. So this is really where this all came about. So when I accuse somebody of being a star salesperson, here's what I find. They have a territory that's X size, and they'll get in their car and they'll drive to a customer they have an appointment with. They'll drive across town, across county. I've even had people drive across state. They'll then have a second appointment in the afternoon and drive there, and they drive back. And so they're crisscrossing their pathway, and when you get done drawing it on a map, they've driven or actually created a star. Now, it's not always a perfect star, but you get what I'm talking about. They go all over creating this star, and that's how I discovered these star salespeople. So, if we had tracked them and put a little GPS tracker, again, they would have actually created a star. Now, it's a hoot how this happens. This is a hoot how it happens. So I'll see people who have customer lists for a big market. When I start determining, I take their customer list and I say, okay, you're calling on these type of clients and they have this big market. When I determine what they sell and where the people are they can buy from them, I see they're going all over the place trying to find a sale. When you dissect their customers, especially who their top customers are, and you see where those customers are that mimic them, they're generally somewhere near them also, or there's some in that territory. So when you're a star salesperson like we're referring to, you are actually driving by more sales that you're not even calling on. You are totally wasting time. And we've talked about it in previous shows. The only thing that's a normalizer for all of us is 24 hours in a day. So when you determine what your top customers look like, you want to focus on them, and you want to focus on them in one key area. I had a company years ago that I came into, and everybody, when I went through this exercise, I could see people were totally star selling all over the territory, big territories, running from a customer they knew to a referral they got to another referral, and they're all over the place. And they never made a lot of money. The top guy made 120 grand at the time. I hired 2 people, and I gave them a very finite territory. Literally, one of them was in a downtown area where they could skateboard to every call. Within a year, they were the 2 top performers in the company. And they both have very, very small areas. Very small area. Literally could have bicycled around their areas. But we knew the customers were in that area. By the way, the other salespeople had the same opportunity to do that, but they would go with a referral or something, drive all over frickin' everywhere chasing down business. Now, they made money, but the other 2 that were very focused and were not, quote, star salespeople turned into real star salespeople and ninjas and made a lot of money. So when you find what your customer looks like and you focus on what that customer would mimic in that area that you're in, you'll find that if you're going to work that area, work the people right around them. So if you have an appointment that's 20 miles away and it's at 10 in the morning, get in the area at 8:30. Work everybody around that area. Have a predetermined list. Go cold call. Go get thrown out. You already know they're the right kind of customer that can do business with you because they mimic or look just like the customer you do business with, or the customer you're going to try to sell that wants to look at your product. That's how you eliminate star salespeople. And then what even makes it crazier is when you do the 3 circles. So you take your top customers and you mirror where they are, and you look right around them, you find tons of business right around them. And the operative word here is it always is true. It's always true. I had one client recently, we were talking about it, we mimicked his top customers, and we found on one highway there was over 100 million that if they just got skateboards and went up and down that highway and didn't sell anybody but on that highway, they could 20x their business. That's right, 20 times their business. So star selling is very, very inefficient for you to be a star salesperson in that context. So I want you to look and see if you really are a star salesperson. And what makes it funny is what caused this is that somebody sent me their customer list, and I laughed because I looked at it and I looked at the addresses and I mapped them out, and I texted them and said, man, you're a real star salesperson. And they texted me back. They were so proud that I sent them that compliment in their mind. I was actually setting them up for a lesson, this lesson. And when we went over this technique, it was an aha moment. That's why I'm doing it today, to help each one of you to get an aha moment for yourselves. Star selling is not what you want to be a star. It's a big opportunity when you understand this to increase your sales immensely. So your assignment this week is to look at your territory, map it out so that you're not doing a star route, and that you're getting out and calling on all the customers in very focused geographic areas that could do business with you. And if you have an appointment, you're making sure that you have targets around that appointment, so you're going before and after and working it and really becoming a star salesperson. And this process will always make you a real star salesperson, not a star salesperson. So if you get this, reach out to me at dean@deanacres.com and let me know, because this process always works. Don't be a star salesperson. Be a focused salesperson to be a star salesperson. Thanks again for letting me be part of your journey every week. I love all my listeners. I love the comments and shares and questions that I get and the feedback I get. And again, I hope that every week doing this, taking my time to do it, helps at least one of you out there, which I know it does. After almost 160 episodes, hundreds of thousands of downloads, I know somebody I'm helping out there, and that makes me happy, gets me out of bed to do this every week. And so again, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for tuning in every week, and remember to share if this helps you. And again, my book, Self-Talk, Think Like a Child, is on Amazon. It's available to you. And if you ever have a question, you can always email me at dean@deanakers.com, and I'll totally be glad to help you. So this week, don't be a star salesperson, but really be a star salesperson. Have a great week.
We hope you enjoyed this week's show. Subscribe today to our podcast and send questions or thoughts to help@deanakers.com. Also, visit us at www.deanakers.com to listen to prior shows and view helpful videos. Also, great tips to download. Thanks again. See you next week.